Live from Garry O'Neal Studios in Baltimore.
You're listening to the See.Plan.Do show. Garry O'Neal.
All right, here you go. Keep the change.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Pod Day! Yeah! Ooh, yeah! What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to the See.Plan.Do show with me, professional mindset coach, because it's all about your mind, baby. It's all us. Hey, guys, bring it in. Look at me. Look at me. It's all about your mind. All right. Business coach, relationship coach, your favorite coach's coach, Mr. Garry O'Neal Jr. And as always, when you see me out here in the streets with my hoochie dad shorts on, no, I'm not. I'm not. Sorry, guys. I want to be. No, I don't even want to be. Some things are, I'm out the game, guys. Hoochie dad shorts is a young man's game. Okay? Young man or a very, very fit person to have that shorts go all the way up the thigh, I'm out. I could, but I won't. But anyway, if you don't see me with them on, if you see me out here in the streets of your local amusement park, enjoying a snowball, of course, a custard with marshmallow or ice cream, please don't forget to junior shout out to Pops. And we have another Power Pack podcast here on the show, man. Here on the show, season 5, episode 16, entitled Toxic, where we're going to be talking about, hey, what manipulation looks like. Oh, yeah. What manipulation looks like in any type of relationship. It could be relationship. It could be any type of relationship. Intimate relationship, business, work, whatever. But we're going to talk about how to identify those toxic behaviors. Some of those different toxic behaviors, those different toxic entities, and how we can deal with it. I'm also going to talk about, for your appetizer of the day, we're sick of it. All right, remember, those sound, prepare to be sick of me. We're already sick. So we're done, and I'm going to be going over some of the things that you guys were fed up with that I posted online, as well as 3 ways, three ways, 3 things that you, if you are looking to get your money right, 3 things, guys, that you guys can do right now to get started. All right. Can I get to my shout outs? Hell yeah, you can get to your shout outs. My day one A1 listeners, man. You guys are absolutely amazing. I thank you, my executive producers, my OGs, my candy corn crew, people that are just watching this in glorious 1080p right now, or 720 or 420, depending on your phone, depending on your media outlet. We're not here to judge. Okay. All right. People that are watching this for the first time, listening to this for the first time, well, however, I thank the universe for bringing you to me for this episode or any other episode. All right. And people that are listening to this inside of the U.S., outside of the U.S., the numbers are numbering, and they're letting me know that, hey, everyone that listens to it is not it's people I know. So I'm so appreciative of that. You could have been anywhere in the world, baby. Anywhere. And I appreciate that. And can I take a quick 10 seconds and say, hey, I hope some people, one of the things that people really, when they talk to me about the show, they really appreciate the energy, right? They're like, oh, you have so much energy. And here's what I'm going to say to you. I know I can't afford to not have that energy for you guys. It doesn't matter what time it is. You do not know what time it is in the world right now for me. It could be 10 a.m. It could be 6 a.m. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because ultimately, I have to rock and roll for you guys at a 10. All right. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, is season 5, episode 16, Toxic. All right. So can we get to our See.Plan.Do moment of the week, sponsored by Heart Savers Maryland? Absolutely. So right after a brief commercial announcement, we'll get right to it.
Are you looking to get certified in CPR, first aid, or other life-saving skills? Heart Savers Maryland is your premier CPR training facility. Individual and classroom sessions available. Schedule your training at heartsaversmd.com. Each second counts. Get trained today.
All right, guys, your See.Plan.Do moment of the week is entitled Three Things Financially. All right, guys. So as we're, one of the biggest things that even when I talk to clients or just talking to people is that we want to have more money. We want to be more financially responsible. So I just highlighted three things, man. And I've talked about this previously on the episodes. Three things that you can do now that can get you on the road to financial stability, financial health. Okay. Number one, identify the bleeding. And what I mean is that a lot of times people are saying that, oh, they don't know where their money is going. They're spending a lot of money. Identify where the bleeding is happening. Guess what? For me, it's not fancy cars or clothes and stuff like that. You know what? I buy a lot of groceries and stuff like that, right? I buy a lot of groceries, do a lot of things for the kids and paying damn bills, right? So I had to identify where the bleeding is coming from. So what I would like you to do, information is king. All right. We say knowledge is power. It is 100% correct. Knowledge is power, guys. So what I want you to do is, guess what? If you have your banking app on your phone, or you could pull up your bank records, right? All you got to do is just look over the last month to 2 months or even 3 months. Look over your 3 months of spending. And a lot of times in these apps now, your financial apps, they can make a pie chart for you as far as like, hey, where the bleeding is happening. Where is your money going? Because a lot of people say, well, I don't make enough money. You know what? You probably do make enough money. It's just where your money is going. Okay. So once we identify where the bleeding is happening, what are you spending your money on? Right. You should list all of your expenses that are negotiable and non-negotiable, especially if you have a financial goal. And that really should be number one. Have a financial goal in mind. Is it about saving money? Is it about budgeting? Whatever it is, you should have a financial goal. So let's make that number one, your financial goal. What do you want to do? Then number two is identify, y'all hear C's in the back? Identify where the bleeding is happening, right? Why is he barking? All right. So one, identify your financial goals, right? Number two, identify where the bleeding is happening, right? Because your bleeding may be happening somewhere, right? So figure out where your money is going. What are you spending your money on, right? And three, start listing that negotiable, meaning that these things can go, and non-negotiable items. A lot of times it might be subscriptions that you might be paying, that $10 here, whatever. That stuff adds up, man. Money that you're buying, you're buying things that you don't even use. I know for me, I had a couple of subscriptions that was coming out that I don't even use, that I was using like for the kids and stuff like that. They don't even use it anymore. Oh, I need to trim that. So have that financial goal, identify where your money is going, right? Figure out what are those expenses that you have? And then once you have all the information, start applying what you want to do. So if you want to save amount of money, hey, how much do I want to save? Right? How much do I want to save? Do I want to save 100? Can I save $100 a pay? Can I save $100 a month? Whatever it is, start doing that, right? Because once you're knowledgeable about where your money is going and what's going on, you are now on the hook to do something about it. I know for me, it's not that I don't make the money, it's that I wasn't properly saving. And then if something happened, let's say something happened to the car, unexpected expense. Now I got to use bill money or something like that, or use other money. And that sort of messes you up. So figure out what's going on, right? Those three things you can start literally while you're listening to this episode or while you're watching this episode. But, wait till after the episode because I want you to be locked in. I want you to be locked in. Okay. But again, figure out your financial goals, identify where your money is coming from, and start listing those expenses, right? Those things can get you on your get you financially stable. All right. And there's plenty of other things. But we'll talk about it. All right. That is your See.Plan.Do moment of the week, sponsored by Heart Savers Maryland. As always, such an amazing CPR training facility. All right, let's move on to our Greenlight Entertainment Song of the Week. Guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you look in the playlist, you'll see all of the songs that I have for the intro as well as the song of the week, because YouTube is not trying to hear that. But guess what? If you're listening to this right after a brief commercial from our sponsors, you'll hear our song of the week. You'll hear the vibes. You'll hear it. All right, let's get to it.
Having a wedding, birthday party, or other social or corporate event, contact Greenlight Entertainment today. With our experienced DJs, quality sound, and professional service, we look to make your event the event. Check us out on the web at www.greenlightentertain.com. With Greenlight Entertainment, you have the green light.
You definitely have the green light. I have been so appreciative of the it's wedding season, it's party season, man. So amazing with some of the things that I've been doing as far as DJ wise. So you need a DJ, you need quality service. You already know Greenlight Entertainment. All right. So season 5, episode 16, entitled Toxic, where we're going to be talking about, avoiding those toxic behaviors. And one of the biggest things that I want to highlight is manipulation, because that happens a lot. And we got to make sure we do something about it. What that looks like and how we can freaking stop it. We're not even going to let somebody manipulate us. Not in 2020, not in deuce, right? Not in any year, right? Not 2021, 2022, 2023, not any of the years. We're not going to let someone try to do that, okay? All right, let's get to our appetizer. And our appetizer is sponsored at the good people at Rising Star Cajun and Designs. Listen, prom is up, right? And shout out to everyone that had an amazing, I've been on my timeline, just up and down my timeline. I've been loving seeing our young people, they dressing up for the prom looking super, super sharp. I need to find my prom picture, man. I had the Pegasus. For those of you guys who back in the day, it was a Pegasus. It was a collarless tux. Listen, you couldn't tell me a goddamn thing with that, man. It was collarless, right? It was smooth. I loved it. I gotta find the pictures I could upload it. All right. So shout out to all of the young people that have been going to their prom, junior prom, senior prom, and I love what I've been seeing. Guess what? One of the things that I've noticed is you guys have definitely stepped it up as far as the production of it, right? I've DJ'd one, but the backdrops. If you are looking for someone to decorate the scene, not only a prom, you're looking for someone to decorate your wedding, looking for someone to decorate your special event, please check out Rising Star Cajuns and Designs. All right. They are out here. Absolutely amazing work. They're constantly working. So what I want you to do, they're on Instagram. They're on Facebook. Check them out at Rising Star Cajuns and Designs. All right. Call them at 410-529-2426. Their information is also going to be in the comment section, in the detail section. Please check them out. Check out all the amazing things that could decorate, that can not only meet your needs, not only meet your vision, but surpass it. All right. Rising Star Cajun Designs, 410-529-2426. Call them. All right. Tell them Big G sent you. All right. I didn't have Hoochie shorts on. Hoochie dad shorts on, but just tell them I sent you. All right. So let's get to our appetizer of the week. So this is entitled, I wanted to be called this entitled, Prepare to Be Sick of Me, but it doesn't work, right? This is, let's call it Fed Up. All right. So the other day on social media, I posted, hey, what are some of the questions, some of the topics that you guys are tired of talking about and tired of hearing? And you guys showed the hell up, because that post blew up. I was like, yo, people had something to say. So what I want to do is I'm going to go over right now with some of the topics, because I'm going to go through it right now and give you the final, the final standpoint on it. So that way you guys, that way we're not talking about it anymore. All right. And a lot of you guys have said, some of the trendy stuff, which is okay. It's nothing wrong with, it's nothing wrong with talking about something that just happened. I love conversations. All right. I love conversations. And I think that, it's nothing wrong with conversations, but we keep jumping into the same conversation that just seems to be deadlocked. And it's like, all right, come on, y'all. All right. So here are some of the things that you guys have chimed in that I was like, oh man, you guys were waiting, jumping out here. First thing, 50-50 on bills or not. Guys, here's the answer. That way we can just finish the conversation. And what I mean is there have been a conversation about, hey, if you are in a relationship, should you go 50-50? Here's the answer. It depends on you and the person that you're dealing with and what you guys figure out it works. Don't let people tell you that one person in a relationship should pay 100% of the bills. It is what you and that person comes up with, because there are some people that may be very traditional that they want to pay all of the bills and then you do all the housework. And if that works for y'all, then muy bien, God bless, and keep it moving. There are some people that maybe they want to look at it as more of a partnership and they want to be able to openly talk about some of the bills, and that's okay too. However, you and that person, y'all work it out. That's the most important thing. Don't let social media tell y'all that it's not okay. Don't let social media try to create an incident in your relationship where they're now dictating to you how the relationship should go. No way. You work out your relationship the way you work out your relationship. If there's somebody paying all the bills and another person doing something else, then whatever works. But stop trying to impose what you think should happen in a relationship on other people. And guys, figure out what works in your relationship. Okay? Don't let social media get you out here. And then next thing you know, they're like, well, I'm not okay with that. And you guys are done. And you know what's going to happen? Your ass is going to be on here posting lonely ass posts, lonely ass quotes. When you had something, you had it going. What works for you? Done. We're not talking about 50-50 anymore on bills. All right. The Will Smith, Chris Rock slap, they're not even talking about it anymore. All right. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Should he have done it? It's up to how you feel about it. Do I think he should have done it? Yes. Do I think he should have done it right then and there? No. Do I understand that he did it? Yes. Do I think he could have did it another way? Yes. Could he still slap them? Yes. Could it have been maybe after the award show? Yes. But guess what? The slap happened and we're going to move on from it. Right? Now, what I don't like, what I will say is, see, we get a lot of copycat ass people out here. And so now what you see is people think they can run up on comedians. Now that should not happen at all. So security, what are y'all doing, man? Y'all got to make sure you stop this, because here's what's going to happen. We saw what happened with Dave Chappelle. And if you didn't know, someone ran up on Dave Chappelle at the show. They had a gun with a knife on it, and they were going to try to hurt him for whatever way they felt about him. But we got to stop that in the bud, because two things are going to happen. One, a comedian. And let me say this. Something happening to comedians is not something new, right? It shouldn't happen, because comedians are going to be a comedian. That's it. They're going to make jokes. So if you can't mentally handle it, then maybe you shouldn't be in a comedian space, because they're going to do that, right? So what I'm saying to you is, if the trend of comedians getting assaulted is going to be a thing, then you're going to start seeing what's going to happen. And we saw what happened when somebody trying to run with Dave Chappelle. That man his elbow is now his forearm. Now he bent all out of shape, and now he's going to get charges. And you know what? And Dave Chappelle is a national figure. He is a celebrity. He is a huge figure. That situation may not go like that with someone else, because let's say that you in another area where somebody got that thing on them, and guess what? Now you're not running up on anybody anywhere. So let's avoid that, because people are getting out of hand with that. Okay. All right. So hit the 50-50 on bills. We're done with that. However works for you and your partner. All right. The will slap, what women or men bring to the table. It's whatever you bring to the table. All right. Stop asking people what do they bring to the table. That's the subject. You will know what they bring to the table. This is not a charcuterie board. I think that's how I said it, right? It's not one of those charcuterie, not charcuterie. Whatever they bring to the table, you don't have to ask someone. And also, if you ask someone, you're setting yourself up. Well, what do you bring to the table? I am the table. Shut up. I hate that. I am the table. Shut up with that. Okay? Just sit back and observe what they bring to the table. They'll tell you what they bring to the table. They'll show you what they bring to the table. Okay. All right. Some people only can bring the tablecloth to the table. They can't bring nothing else except the tablecloth. Some people, they're going to have everything. All right. Figure out what they bring to the table. Somebody else said, oh, submission, half on the bills, the table, bashing single moms, bashing dads. We're done with that. All right. Kevin Samuels, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. Now, I do feel like that's a fleeting conversation, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. And that man said some things that may be considered inflammatory. And if you feel like they're inflammatory to you, guess what? You don't have to worry about it because he's not around anymore. Some people agree with what he was saying. Some people don't. At the end of the day, that man's words cannot affect you if you don't want it to affect you. I'm not saying that I don't want to be insensitive and saying that, I know the last thing he said was like, hey, if you're 35, you're a woman, prepare to, not be, in a relationship, a quality relationship, just paraphrasing that. And that's wrong, right? But sometimes we need to understand, hey, man, some people are saying things with an agenda and what works. All right. I don't say inflammatory stuff on the show, but if I did, I'm pretty sure there might be some other people, another group of people that might start watching the show if I start saying inflammatory things. Clearly, saying inflammatory things works. I'm not going to do that because that's not what I signed up for. That's not what I created the show for. But clearly it works because people still were calling in the show. People still were watching the show. People were sharing the clips. That man was out here. So Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. Hey, let him and his ideals. If you didn't like it, rest in peace with him. Okay. All right. Let's see. Most people were saying 50-50 on bills, relationships, assumptions. Okay, I like that. I mean, at the end of the day, man, like it is what it is. Most people. Okay, somebody said, can black women and black men actually be together? Yes, they can. They can. Black men and black women can be together. White men and white women can be together. Men and men can be together. Women and women can be together. Everyone can be together. Okay. At the end of the day, we don't have to dissect every single thing. I no longer care. I don't care. Go back to listen to Memento Mori. I don't care. I don't have time to care about a celebrity and their relationship. I don't care. It might be interesting, like, okay, well, what's going on with this? But at the end of the day, having a whole, after it happened and having a whole thesis, I'm not even talking about the Chris Rock, Will Smith slap. I'm not even talking about it anymore. All right. Someone said, the Mosbys. All right. And they're talking about the Mosbys here in Maryland, state's attorney. And I mean, that's current news. I mean, that's not something like that. I want to go. But half on bills, $200 for a date. I will see that pop up periodically. Oh, it's $200 for a date, a lot of money. Depends on who you ask. It depends on who you ask. And guess what? If that person can afford $200 on a date, then by all means, that's it. If they can't, then they shouldn't. See, we're getting too much. We're getting too focused on stuff like that, right? All right, but definitely a lot of people kept talking about who pays the bills, and dates and splitting dates. Guess what? Whatever works out for y'all and whatever works out for you. All right. Whatever works out for them, whatever works out for you. That's it. That's it. I would never be focused on somebody else and their opinion about how I operate things. And you shouldn't worry about that either. Okay. All right. That is your appetizer. Fed up. You guys really, really chimed in. There was somebody said leg washing. Wash your legs. What is going on here? Wash your damn legs in the shower. Don't let this ain't SWV. You're letting range come down. No. What? Take your loofah, your washcloth, or in some cases, I know some of you guys do this, take your hands, lather them up, and wash your damn legs. Let's not have this conversation again, okay? Let's not have it again, all right? Okay? All right, thanks. All right, that was your appetizer again, sponsored by Rising Star Occasions and Designs. Get wrapped to them for all your decorating needs. 410-529-2426. All right, let's move on to our entree of the evening, season 5, episode 16, entitled Toxic. All right. And so I just want to be able to let me start off the premise by this. There are a lot of people that because unfortunately it has worked out for them, their trauma, their whatever background story, that they seek out to use manipulation to get what they want. And that's unfortunate that we have a culture of people, and that's always going to be a thing, that going to resort to some type of underhanded, shady type of behavior to try to elicit a response. And unfortunately, it's worked, which is why people keep doing it. But guess what? Not with you. Not what you have to listen to this show. So here, how we can identify, and this will be a series actually, because today we're going to talk about manipulation. We may talk about some other toxic behaviors. So if there's a toxic behavior that you want to hear about and how we could deal with it today, we'll talk about manipulation. Then guess what? Comment in the detail section, comment below. Also put it out there on social media, man. I'll pick it up and then we'll go from there. All right. So let's talk about toxic behavior, manipulation. So if you are the victim of manipulation, right? If you are the victim, you may feel depressed. Okay. You may feel depressed. You may also develop anxiety because of that. All right. You may have unhealthy coping patterns like drinking, doing drugs. All right. Engaging in other type of behavior. All right. You may constantly try to please the manipulative person. So now you become a people pleaser and they're manipulating you into pleasing them. So now it's just toxic. All right. You may lie about how you feel because you don't want to have to deal with what happens. All right. You may put another person's needs before your own. And this is a victim of manipulation, not in a healthy way. Like, hey, I'm thinking about you. You're thinking about me. You're not even concerned about your feelings and how you feel about it. Right. Because you're being manipulated. And also, unfortunately, because of you being manipulated, and let's say you get out of that situation, you find it hard to trust people. All right. And sometimes because the manipulation can be so pervasive, so oppressive, that it often may have a person question their own sense of reality. So let's talk about some of the different toxic behaviors. And this is not exclusive to an intimate relationship. This can be happening with any type of situation. Okay. This could be any situation that's happening. All right. And there's a couple of different ones that I want to talk about in reference to manipulation. So the first one is emotional blackmail. All right. And I want to make sure if you see me looking down, I always want to make sure I have the exact definition of it. So that way I'm not just talking outside of my neck. Emotional blackmail is a dysfunctional form of manipulation that people use to place demands and threaten victims to get what they want. The undertone of emotional blackmail is, if you don't do what I want, I will make you suffer. All right. So a toxic person who is utilizing emotional blackmail, all right, they don't typically have coping or go-to methods for how to communicate in a healthy manner, because that's what should be happening. All right. What they do is they go back to stonewalling, meaning that they're not showing you any type of emotion, slamming doors, threatening, and engaging in other damaging behaviors to get what they want. They typically do not have the tools available to understand how to convey their needs. All right. Here are some of the examples of emotional blackmail. If you ever stop loving me, I will kill myself. As a person who works for a suicide prevention line, I've heard that. That's actually what prefaced me called making the show. All right. If a person tells you, if you ever stop loving me, I will kill myself, they are emotionally blackmailing you. Or never. I can't. Let's just say this. Don't allow someone to hinder their life based upon your relationship with them. If you are not in a relationship with them, or you're in a relationship with them and it's not working out, don't stay there because, oh, they're going to kill themselves. Tell them to seek help. Give them a suicide hotline, or if you need to, call the police. I've already discussed this with our like, they may not even bring you in on a conversation. So what'll happen is they may talk to somebody else, and they may say, well, I've already talked to my therapist, my pastor, my friends and family, and they agree that you're being unreasonable. No. Don't let them say to you that they talked to somebody else and now, oh, all of a sudden you're at fault. All right. Or let's say that something's happening. Oh, I'm going on this vacation, or I'm doing this with or without you. All right. Or they're trying to manipulate who you are around. How can you say you love me and still be friends with them? Now, of course, if the person has done something to you, and maybe they don't like that, whoever this person is that does something to you, you're friends with them, then that's one thing to discuss. But let's say they just don't like them. Oh, well, you love me, then you shouldn't be friends with them. No, don't let them emotionally blackmail you like that. Okay? Emotional blackmail is a real thing. And if you are, and we'll talk about what to do if you're being emotionally blackmailed. The next thing is negging. That's a real thing. All of these are real. Negging is when a person tries to manipulate you into feeling bad about yourself. Negging happens in a few different ways. So with negging, right, they're going to negatively say something about you to bring your confidence down. So where, they're able to utilize you because you're broken. So they may give backhanded ass compliments. Oh, well, don't you look fabulous? I would never be brave enough to wear my hair like that with your face shape. If somebody give you a backhanded compliment, backhand them. Now, don't do that. We don't promote violence on the show. Or maybe we do. No, we don't. All right. They compare you to other people. Again, negging. And negging is just, the root word is negative. Your sister is in such great shape. You should look like her, or try to talk to her about her skincare routine or her workout routine, or talk to him about, how he gets his beard like that. Whatever. Don't, I just use natural ingredients. Don't worry about my beard. Okay. All right. Now here's a big one. They're always joking when you call them out on their behavior. Oh, lighten up. Oh, it's not that serious. See, you address them by behavior, and then they turn around and neg you by trying to make it seem like somehow you're being too serious. Well, we're gonna both be the joker. Wow, so serious. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Because don't let them neg you into making it seem like something's wrong. And we'll talk about what also that looks like in a minute. All right. They disguise their insults as a question. Why are you wearing that? Are you going out like that? Why do you have that on? And also, so those are just a couple examples. You might, if you know some other examples, chime in the comment section below. But they make you feel sorry, or they make you feel away for voicing your concerns and minimizing how they mistreat you. All right. Don't let somebody neg you. And that can show up in friendships, relationships, whatever. That can happen. All right. People may keep saying it's a little slick stuff to you. All right. The next thing is going to be the guilt trip. And gas is too high for me to go on a guilt trip. So guilt tripping behaviors often show up in relationships. All right. And someone is trying to guilt trip you, making you feel bad about making the decision. So with this guilt trip, and again, it can show up everywhere. Oh, if I quit my job, if I say I'm thinking about quitting, oh, don't leave us. Shit. All right. So what they may try to do for that guilt trip, because remember, gas is too high for us to go on a guilt trip. They may point out their own efforts and hard work to make you feel as though if you've fallen short. All right. Well, I've been doing A, B, C, D, E. What have you been doing? All right. They make sarcastic or passive aggressive remarks about the situation. They may ignore your efforts to talk about the problem. They gave you the silent treatment. I hate that, but I don't care anymore. I used to hate the silent treatment, but I no longer care if someone tries to be silent toward me. All right. They may, again, passive aggressive behavior may look like they're denying that they're irritated, but clearly their behavior is showing you that they're irritated. That's passive aggressive. They may show no interest in trying to improve the situation themselves, right? So they're looking for you to do it. All right. And they also may use body language to communicate their displeasure by just showing it, crossing their arms, frowning up their face, whatever it is, man. All right. But call that out. Call out that negative behavior. Calling out guilt tripping when you notice it is definitely one of the biggest ways to deal with it. So when they try to guilt trip you, oh, but I've been doing this and doing that, and then you never do, call it out. All right. Another one is going to be love bombing. And love bombing. With love bombing, this is going to be one of the biggest manipulative tactics that I feel that if you look at all the different ones that works, because here's what happens with love bombing. This is when someone overwhelms you with such affection, adoration, gifts, and loves in order to gain control of your behavior. And the unfortunate reason why that works is because people want all those things. They want the admiration. They want the gifts. They want all these different things. They want them, but it's a cost for them showering you with gifts, showering you with love. All right. They lavish you with those gifts. All right. Over the top gestures. Now you're getting 50 dozen roses to your job. All right. Jewelry, trips. You're getting flued out. They're giving you constant praise and admiration. All right. You're the only person I ever want to spend my time with. And see, it's one thing to say, I really appreciate our time. Hey, you're the only person that I enjoy our time so much. But them putting that, you're the only person, the onlyest person in the world. I love everything about you. And it's not, and of course, they can love everything about you, but they're using it in a manipulative and controlling manner. All right. And again, I love everything about you. I like as much as you, but it's important that, hey, those things can happen in a healthy relationship. Those statements can have a healthy relationship, but try to take a moment to think about the context and how they're presenting it to you. They want to be in constant communication with you. And again, this works because people want that. All right. They want to hit you up all day long and going to feel a way when you don't talk to them all day long. And they get upset with you. See, here's the other side of love bombing. When you try to set a boundary, they get extremely upset. When you try to tell them, hey, let's take a step, let's slow down, they get upset. And then they're going to say something like, oh, you don't care about me. Oh, you're not trying to be for real in this relationship. All right. So that's love bombing. Okay. That's love bomb. That's one of the biggest ones. So please be, be mindful of that. All right. So now we get to, so we talked about emotional blackmail. Here, season 5, episode 16, toxic, where we're talking about toxic behaviors that you can see, that what it looks like and how we can stop it. We talked about emotional blackmail. We talked about nagging, where someone's trying to make you feel bad about yourself. All right. We talked about the guilt trip. Okay. Where they try to make you feel bad and use guilt against you. Love bombing, where they're trying to shower you with all these different things because they really want to control you. Oh, I gave you all these things. Oh, that necklace, the trips, all these things. And number 4, gaslighting. Now, a lot of you guys are probably like, oh, yes, Gary, preach it. Gaslighting, and a lot of people, I didn't even notice until a couple of years ago. Gaslighting is a tactic, a manipulative tactic, where in order to gain a more control or power of a person, they make you question your reality. They make you question your reality or sanity. And here's how they do it. What they do is make you feel, or they bring it to you that somehow how you feel, which may be a normal reaction to something, is somehow weird or crazy. That's how they do it. They try to gaslight you, and this is going to be a couple of things. They're telling blatant lies, all right, to or about you to other people, right? They're telling, but they deny that they ever said or did anything, even though you have proof. That's one of the biggest things. They say, oh, I never did that. And you're like, you did do this. Yes. Oh, no, I never did that. And here's the receipts. I never did that. You know what happens? It makes you somewhat, if you don't realize it's a manipulative tactic, make you feel like that didn't happen. They make you question, am I really over exaggerating? See, that's questioning your own reality. Am I over exaggerating? All right. They weaponize the things and people and places and all these things that you appreciate, that you love, and weaponize it against you. And that wears you down over time. All right. And they throw in positive reinforcement to confuse you, but they're still trying to manipulate you. Right. And again, what happens in gaslighting is they do something to create a response, and then they are trying to make you feel that you are wrong with your response. That's like, imagine if someone came into your house and they knocked over your favorite vase. Bang. They did it on purpose. Bang. Knocked it over. You are upset. And they're like, what are you upset about? Why are you so upset? That somehow is questioning it. All right. And they try, and also with gaslighting, they're going to try to get other people to align against you. And as a coach, I've seen it happen with some of the couples that they will want to try to talk to me privately. They will want to use me as a guard dog against the other person. So they'll say, well, you really need to talk to them. Well, I will say, well, let's talk together about what's going on. Let's hear their side of the story as well. Right? They will tell other people that you are crazy. They will tell other people, guys, you are crazy based upon how you feel about things. All right. And they also, in addition to telling them crazy, they say that you're a liar, because what they're trying to do is that they want to, again, make it seem like what you're doing is out of the way. It's weird. It doesn't work. That's what happens with gaslighting. And it can't work if you're aware that it's working. It can't work against you. If you are aware someone's trying to gaslight you, if they're trying to incite you to, they're trying to make it seem like you're crazy for how you feel, it can't work. All right. So as we bring this on home, season 5, episode 16, toxic. Well, we talked about toxic behaviors, and the one we talked about today is manipulation. How can we deal with manipulative people? 1, disengage. All right. Number 1, disengage with that person. If they're trying to pull that crap on you, stop communication. All right. If someone is trying to choose, if they're trying to get an emotional response out of you, right? Don't give it to them. Okay. If you know that someone is going to try to butter you up or flatter you before they ask you for a favor, which is manipulation, don't play it wrong. Right? Just simply respond, hey, thank you. Thank you so much for the pop, thank you. And keep it moving and shift the conversation. That's manipulation. All right. So disengage. You see that they're ready to try to do certain things, get off the phone. Say, you know what? I will give you a call back. Let's talk about, I want to take some time to talk about this. Don't let them engage you in that situation. Number 2 is be confident. See, manipulation works on people that it works on people where they are already questioning what's going on with them. Right? I'm not telling them insecure, but manipulation works on people that are doubting their abilities, doubting their intuition, or even their own reality. That's what manipulation can happen. Okay. So what you want to do is say, hey, you know what? I know me. I'm good. I don't need this person. And I understand what's going on. Right? Because if someone says, oh, well, that's not really what happened, you're like, it absolutely happened. This is absolutely what happened. See, if you say, well, did it happen? I don't know. Da, da, da. They're trying to manipulate you. So disengage, be confident. See, they can't pull that crap on you if you are confident. All right. And number 3, which probably should have been number 1 to me, address the situation. Call out the behavior as it is happening. You're trying to gaslight me. You're trying to neg me. You're trying to emotionally blackmail me. You're trying to guilt trip me right now. Keeping the focus on their actions, right? Keeping the focus on how they're trying to manipulate you and how you feel about it, rather than starting with an accusatory statement, right? I feel as though you're trying to manipulate me. I feel as though you're trying to gaslight me. All right. Stating that or starting with that, I feel as though you're trying to manipulate me right now. And I refuse to be guilt tripped. You're trying to make negative statements about me to try to make me feel away. That will not work with me. You're trying to love bomb me. You're trying to shout me all these things in addition to in an attempt to control me. All right. And I don't like it. There you go. So keeping the focus on how other people's actions are affecting you rather than starting with an accusatory statement may also help you reach a resolution. All right. But also let them know it's not going to work on you. All right. So those are the main ones in reference to toxic behavior manipulation. All right. And so it takes, it takes a minute to realize what's happening. And if you're in that right now, you can start addressing it right now. Disengaging, all right, being confident, and also addressing the situation. All right. Well, guys, that is the end of this show. I really like that episode. Wow. All right. You can catch each and every episode here on the See.Plan.Do show. Hot, fresh, and ready daily, weekly, not daily. I ain't getting paid yet for that. When it's daily, no, I'm getting paid. All right, but not yet. Okay. Soon. All right. All right. If you're looking to be on the show, you want to be a guest on the show, you want to promote on the show, and your goods, your services, any of the things like that, please contact me directly. Let's get you on the show. All right. You got some goods, you got service, you got an event, something happening. You want to utilize this as a talking point. I will say first, listen to the show. Check out some episodes before you come to me. Don't just show up unless you just want to pay. All right. Check out the show. All right. Check out each and every episode. And out last, but certainly not least, thank you for being a part of the show. You are the best part of the show. I know I do all this. I know I bring the content, but thank you. You're the best part of the show until we see each other again, because we'll see each other again until we talk again, because we'll talk, and until we share those special moments again. Always remember, guys, see what you want to do. Just envision it, man. See it in your mind. Plan it out. And don't doubt yourself. Be confident. Go do it. All right? Same life coaching time, same life coaching channel. And as always, thank you. And you're welcome. See ya.